Hello everyone, I'm Janelle. Some people call me Nelly Nail, some people call me JG, but for those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Janelle. Today I'm going to be talking about a story in the Bible about adultery. Now, if you don't know what adultery is when a person that's married is messing with, sleeping with someone who's not married, who's not their spouse. In this story, there was a young lady who committed adultery. The young lady was caught. They say she was caught. Okay, I don't know. She was caught in the act, actually having sex. I don't know what happened, but they saying, oh, we caught her. These Pharisees, they brought her to Jesus. Jesus was in the middle of teaching. He was teaching. So they brought the young lady to Jesus, like, Jesus, look, got something to tell you. Jesus is busy, like, writing on the ground. Just imagine, like, I won't say chalk. I don't know what he used, but I'm going to just say Jesus was writing on the ground. Boom, they bring her in, like, Jesus, she committed adultery, we caught her. And normally, according to Moses' law, if you commit adultery, you're supposed to be stoned. Jesus is still writing on the ground at this time. They pressing the issue, saying it again, over and over again. Jesus, she committed adultery. She committed adultery. She's supposed to be stoned. That's a sin. Jesus looked up like, what? And they like, yeah, this woman did. So yeah, she need to be stoned. Jesus like, okay. Jesus like, okay. So you're telling me that she committed adultery, she's sinning, and she should be stoned. So what I want y'all to do is, the person out of y'all group who just brought her to me, whoever in this group that's not a sinner, that's who I want to throw the first stone at the lady. And it's like, I guess Jesus just sat there and waited. So whoever goes without sin, if you don't sin, you never sin, you perfect, throw the stone at her. You saying she should be stoned? Throw the stone at her. When Jesus said that, all the Pharisees who brought the lady to Jesus trying to get her stoned, they started running away one by one. They left out because Jesus said, whoever don't have sin, stay and throw the stones at her. Nobody could throw the stones at her because they not perfect. They weren't perfect. It's in the past. They weren't perfect, so they couldn't throw no stones at this lady. Yet they want her to be taken to Jesus and punished because she committed adultery, which is a sin. But hello, we're all human. We all sin. So nobody in that story, nobody could stone the lady because they were sinners themselves. They all disappeared. So when it was just Jesus and the young lady, it was just them two. Jesus said, did anybody condemn you? Did anybody punish you already? And the young lady was like, no, nobody punished me. And Jesus said, well, and I can't either. You just go ahead about your day, go about your business, and try not to do it again. Don't do it again. That's basically what Jesus told her in a nutshell. And you can find out about this passage in John chapter 7, verse 53, and John chapter 8, verse 11. You can read all about it. It's a true story. But those people brought her to Jesus, want her to be stoned, want her to be killed, want her to, because of something she did. You can't do that. And nowadays people still do stuff like that. Like, feel as though one person's sin is bigger than their sin, and they're better than this person because they sin this way. Oh, she smoke. Oh, she do this drug. Oh, she do this drink. Oh, she had sex with him. But you're having sex with people too. You're smoking. You're drinking. You're doing little stuff too, big stuff too. But you think that her sin is this and your sin is here. No, it's not a too big sin, a too small sin. This one get punished. This one don't. No. All sins. The thing about sins will be punished unless you have to repent. That's the thing about sins. You sin. We all sin on a daily basis. I sin. I know I sin. I'm not perfect. So when we sin, we're supposed to ask God for forgiveness. We're supposed to say, hey, I'm a sinner. I did woo, 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 woo. You don't have to, God knows. God sees it. But you just come to God and confess and repent and ask for forgiveness. Lord, I'm a sinner. Please forgive me of my sins. I know that I'm not perfect, but I ask for your forgiveness. Like, we have to stop. We have to stop thinking, oh, this person need to be killed. She did this. She did that. He need to be put in jail. He did this. He did that. So if all our sins was like how it's supposed to be back in the day, like, oh, stone, then we all would be stoned, because we all sinning. We all sinning on a daily. Like, y'all, people think like, this person, oh, I'm good, oh, she wild. Oh. If that's the case, we all wild. You're wild, she's wild, he's wild. But again, no sin is larger, no sin is smaller, no sin is, I can do this sin and get away with it and slip under the cracks and still go to heaven, and I don't gotta do, no. Just make sure you repent and ask for forgiveness constantly. We got to, because we're going to constantly sin. That's just the way it is. That's just how it was from the beginning. It's not, we're not perfect. It's not, it wasn't set up like that. So don't forget to ask for forgiveness, say I'm sorry, apologize. But yeah, that was that story about adultery, and they weren't able to get her stoned. Lesson learned.